Hello. Yay.
I am so excited for this, Sarah.
I feel like it's been so long since we've just done something just you and me.
It really has, because we've been with the team, the TGBE group. I think we've been collaborating with Kristen, has been on as well. So it's been a while since you and I've actually hopped on with just Softflex Wire and haven't done a solo video.
Yeah, this is exciting. So if you don't know Mr. Nealay Patel, you're going to get to know him today. He's the best. He's one of my very good friends through the beading community, and we just have the best time together. But I think almost anyone that knows Nealay would say that. They would be like, Nealay's my best friend. Cross is everyone's best friend. He's just that kind of person. And it's always really exciting when you get to spend a little bit of time with him and be his one and only focus.
No, that is really sweet. I do. That's what I appreciate about this craft world that we are in. Everyone seems to be pretty open and genuine and just easy to work with and create with and bead with, and keeps me coming back for sure. So, for me, it's just what you get is what you see is what you get. So if we are best friends, then, we're best friends.
Yes. So Nealay and I go way back and before the days of SilverSilk, and we've talked about it before, but I actually was there when Nealay first saw SilverSilk, and we were both given a sample. He of course took it and now runs a wonderful company with that product. I didn't use it. But now use it regularly because Nealay has showed me so many fantastic uses for it. And at the time I was like, what do I do with this? Do I connect it to Softflex? It was too much for me to think about. But now on a weekly basis, Nealay uses it almost always with our Softflex craft wire and then sometimes with our Softflex beading wire on his Tuesday toots. Are you still calling it Tuesday toots?
I am. It's just an easy way to remember that it's every Tuesday. I've got a tutorial at 5:30 Central Time on both streams to both Facebook and YouTube on the SilverSilk Facebook page at least. So yeah, I'm still calling it Tuesday Toots. So, awesome. And you're right though. I think I've sort of been that bridge between an existing company like SilverSilk that is a knitted wire jewelry chain to Softflex, which is a beading wire essentially. And then you guys have other products too, of course, the craft wire, which has just been a pleasure to use with all of the SilverSilk. So it's just fun to find creative ways. And since I've gotten you using it more at least now.
I mean, I have quite a few designs that I've made now, and there may be some in the kit today. So I gave you guys this hint, I think when it came out last month, that there may be some SilverSilk in here. There, of course, is. We're going to open it today. And that is why Nealay is joining us today, because not only are you going to get a project from me on the fly, you're going to get a project from Nealay on the fly, which is something he doesn't do very often. You almost always see Nealay have very planned out projects. So this is going to be a true challenge for him. And I see Tony is saying that she is going to open her kit with us.
Yay!
So she's excited to see what's inside. And Vicky is saying the two product lines go hand in hand always. Great.
I love that. That's so true. I think it's a nice. Teresa and Gretchen are here too. Hi.
Hey, thank you for being here.
Yeah, Teresa's my official brand ambassador for SilverSilk and does so much for social media and entertaining our Silkies group too, for sure. So
she's so super sweet. You'll often find Teresa commenting on posts, and she really puts a lot of thought into every comment, both for you, but she'll just come on the Softflex BIB group too and be commenting, and she just always has something nice to say, and I love that.
She's
I love that about both of our Facebook groups, that they're really great places to be lifted up and to get honest, but also really kind feedback. And I think that's such an important thing this day and age. So many people giving you not good feedback, and there's a lot of not great stuff out there, especially on the internet. So to have groups like that, I think really speaks volumes about both companies.
I think so. I think there's an understanding that we're, maybe not you guys so much, but we are, at least I am, a very small company and I'm just one person. But there's some there's no skewed expectations, and I get to connect with my friends on these groups and just chime in and just say what's going on with my company and what's been happening. And it is a genuine response from everybody. They keep the creativity up and alive and very, very positive. And again, they're just good people. So I think it's just us, right? Like, good people just attract more good people. And we're cultivating these groups respectively to our product brands and everything, but there's definitely a bleed over of both customers and of designs. So I think together we're just forming this bigger outlook of something that is positive and friendly and happy to be at. And social media does carry a lot of baggage, but joining the groups is a great way to get away from all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I'm in a lot of crafting groups too, because I have a Cricut, and and I've been trying to learn how to use my Cricut over this last year. And so I joined some Facebook groups because I wanted to learn. And I've noticed that there are some groups that are really, really negative, and I have had to leave them because people are so critical of each other and they say such not nice things. Yeah. And in my experience, in most beading groups, which I'm a part of many, including SilverSilk and Softflex VIB, people are so much more encouraging and kind and gentle. So if you're not part of a beading group, whether it's mine or Nealay's or someone else, like beadshop.com has a great one. Allegory Gallery has a great group. Join Jesse James Beads has a great
or Abby Berta from Bead Place. Yeah.
Join a good beading group that's going to give encouragement for whatever your favorite product is, because I think it does make a real difference when you have that daily encouragement, especially right now when things are so just wonky in the world. It's nice to have that safe space where you can go and talk. I've got a great question. Claudia wants to know, what's SilverSilk, Nealay?
Oh my gosh, Claudia, you're about to get signed up to something addictive. If Softflex already wasn't, then SilverSilk certainly is. But that's okay, the more the merrier, right? So SilverSilk is a knitted wire jewelry chain that I create and distribute. And it's made on a machine that's using 6 needles to stitch together a cording out of wire that's as thin as human hair. So this cording produces essentially a sock that's either got a filling on the inside or it's pressed flat. So there are different lines of SilverSilk that are offered on silversilkonline.com that you could really browse and peruse through. And there's some great stuff even on that homepage. If you're new to SilverSilk, you can click the button that's there at the top menu, and it'll take you into an introduction of what SilverSilk is.
Perfect.
And then recommend products that you might be interested in. And a lot of those, again, work amazingly well with Softflex wire, and there's tons of tutorials where I do use Softflex products with my own, and it is just beautiful, stunning pieces that can be made in minutes.
Yeah. All right, let's flip down and I'll open my kit and we can look at some SilverSilk in person. So let me add in these and then flip to here. There we go. I'm going to open my kit, and then we're going to flip over to Nealay. In the meantime, he's going to think about what he's going to make because he hasn't thought about it yet. And
I have not thought about it yet.
He's a deep thinker, so he needs to do a little thinking. We'll jump back over to him. So if you're new to the SilverSilk Design Kit, they're a ton of fun. We try to stack them with everything you need to make multiple pieces of jewelry, except for tools. So you're going to find findings, beads, wire, all sorts of different things, usually a challenge element of some kind, all inside your kit. And if you're brand new to beading, all you will need to follow along and do a kit would be the kit itself, and then some basic tools like some crimping pliers, some cutters. If you wanted to throw in maybe a chain nose plier, those are always handy to have too. But you don't need a lot to get started. And that's part of why we did these kits initially, was not just to challenge our beaders who bead every day, which we do love to do as well, but also to make it easy for someone who's never ever beaded before to get everything they need in one simple place to get started. Every month we have a new theme. This month was called Purple Petal, and it's going to be a really pretty one, especially if you're a big fan of purple. So I'm going to go through everything in the kit, and then we will flip over and see what Nealay is starting to work on over on his side of things. So this month for our kit, we have got a 10-foot spool of Softlex Purple Amethyst, one of my very favorite Softlex colors. It's a beautiful, beautiful purple. And it is 10 feet of the medium 019 in that color. So 10 feet is quite a bit. If you think about a regular necklace is usually about 20 inches. Maybe you'll use 24 inches, you know, with a little at each end to trim off. So that's 2 feet. If you've got 10 feet on here, then you can make 5 of those necklaces. So if you break it down to bracelets and earrings, it's going to be a lot of jewelry that you can make with this one 10-foot spool. We've got 3 Czech glass bead strands in here. These are fun. They are a translucent purple with a silver back, 2-hole bead. These are going to be a ton of fun to play with this month. We have got a matte, also kind of translucent purple fire polish bead. And we've got some really beautiful, what are these? Purple oval. They're not really ovals. What's this shape? I forget the name of it. But it's got a nice little coating on it that's making it really shimmery and really pretty. It would be even pretty just on its own as a simple bracelet. If you're just starting out, might be a great way to start, is just to make your first bracelet using a strand like that. Okay, next up, I'm going to leave the SilverSilk for last. So next up is our little findings kit. You get some 2x2 millimeter Softlex crimp tubes. I may be biased, but I think they are the very best crimp tubes you will ever find. They are really thick, really strong tubes, and much better than the ones that you're going to find in your typical craft market. Then we've got some ear wires. We've got a lobster claw, and we've got some really special cones, little cones. I got these if you wanted to use them to end your SilverSilk. I thought they might be kind of handy to have in the kit. These are made by Tierra Cast. So they're made here in the US. They're very good quality components. And then a matching butterfly connector. So this is a really fun piece because it has 3 holes on one side, and then it has a hole here at the top as well. So you could use it to connect 3 strands if you wanted to make like a pendant. You could use it just as a charm off of a bracelet. There's a lot of different uses for this. And in fact, we liked it so much, we ended up with some really beautiful gold ones as well, bright gold ones that you can purchase on our website separately. So the kit came with the darkened kind of a vintage brass almost. You can get the bright gold ones at softluxcompany.com. We also added a couple of cones, little cones. So if you need more little cones for your SilverSilk, you can also get some bright gold hammered cones that are a little bit smaller than what we regularly carry and will fit the SilverSilk really nicely. So you can find those two items on the website separately, but these are the ones that will be in the kit. We just wanted to make sure if you needed any extras, you were able to get a hold of them. And then we've got a bunch of ear wires in here and a lobster clasp if you need a clasp. So that is the findings kit. We have our Jesse James beads mix, which is just huge. I took pictures of this yesterday and was just ogling over it. They have these huge leaves in here that are pretty fantastic. Kind of excited about it. All right, so Jesse James Beads makes a custom bead mix for each of our kits, and this time they made the Purple Petal bead mix. We will have some extras of this available if you miss the kit, or if you get the kit but you want more of the beads. We have a few extra bead mixes that you can nab. And a lot of times people end up nabbing those pretty quickly because it just gives you those extra beads to work with for the month as you're working through your challenge kit. This is going to have a mixture of glass. It has some caged beads. There will be some really beautiful metal components like these little rose spacer beads. I love this deep dark yellow is so pretty. And then of course there are 4 of these big leaves, which I suspect you could probably use some of the vintage patina on if you wanted to add a little bit of color or dimension to it. You may even be able to check out the new color paints from Vintage and see if those work with it as well. Ooh, look at this. Look at this giant crystal, purple crystal. So pretty. What a pretty drop. And then they've got some of those table cut, but in yellow. We haven't had this color. We've had this shape, but not this color. It's like a diamond table cut into a round. Gives it kind of a nice flash. And some of these fun little crystal rondelles. I love this purple color. It's like a softer purple, and then they put a coating on the back side. There are some bead caps in here as well. And yeah, lots of good stuff. Some kind of a shimmery champagne crystal. And oh, this little leaf bead is so cute. Perfect for a purple petal design. So that's everything but the SilverSilk. I'm going to pull that out last and we will take a look. So we have our new kit up for sale on the website today. That's kind of how it works. We reveal on the last Wednesday of the next month. So the next reveal day, I feel like, is maybe the 29th of next month. And since it is going into Halloween season at the end of September, our next kit is our Halloween kit. It is called the Owleen Design Kit. And as you can imagine, it has an owl and Halloween theme. And it's super cute. I know you guys are going to love it. Some of our holiday kits are usually some of our biggest hit kits because they're so much fun. They have so many cute, fun things, and they kind of just get you into that season. and get ready for that upcoming holiday, which I know we're all looking forward to. All right, so Nealay put, how much silver silk is this, Nealay?
There is 3 feet, so it's a full spool of pearlesque chain there. Typically, I sell in 3 foot, 6 foot, and 25 feet.
How much would this 3 foot length cost on your website?
That would be $15.
There is $15 worth of silver silk in your kit that you got for $32.95.
That's like half the kit right there.
I mean, it's totally insane. Nealay gave us such a good deal, and we were able to pass this great deal along to you. So I hope you guys enjoy having so much silver silk in your kit. And this color in our kit is marked as Purple Petal, but Nealay does have this color available on his website, and he is calling it what, Nealay?
I'm calling it ultraviolet. So I created this, whenever you first asked me and approached me with this project, I said, of course, yeah, I'm going to create something that's custom to the kit. So then I did create it, and then I eyeballed it as I was packaging it. And I was like, you know what? After this color comes out in this kit, I'm going to release it on my website. It's so pretty. I could not give it up.
Pretty.
It's so pretty. So I called it ultraviolet for me, but on the packaging for you, it was called Purple Petal.
Yes. So if you want to get more of this, it is ultraviolet purple or just ultraviolet?
It's just ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet. Okay. So you can find that on Nealay's website, which is SilverSilk.
Yeah, you can either search it by silversilkandmore.com or silversilkonline.com.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go back and look at a few comments. I see Tony says that she bought 2 Halloween kits so she and her daughter can make a project together, which I love. I always make holiday projects with my kids. I think your daughter's older, right, Tony? But even as young as 5 and 7, they love to make holiday jewelry. And then as you get older, I think it's a fun way to be able to do something together that doesn't take a lot of time. You know, you can sit down and bead for an hour, hour and a half, but you can even pop in a Halloween movie while you're doing it and just make it feel festive. And maybe if those older kids are past the trick-or-treat age, maybe that's a great way to celebrate the holiday. Let's see. Kathy says that this color reminds her of Mardi Gras. This is a very kind of Mardi Gras kit. I agree. Karen says she loves this kit. And Barb is mentioning that she beads with her granddaughters. I love to hear that. I love to hear that kids are beading because I feel like that's so important for us to pass this tradition along to others. Stacy says there's a rainbow gold sparkle that shines through the purple silver silk. Yeah,
that would be the holographic tinsel that's running through it.
Yeah, it's hard to see on the camera, but it's very, very pretty. It makes it really sparkle in real life. Okay, Nealay, are you ready?
Yeah, I have a design in mind that I'm already configuring. Okay,
I'm switching over.
I thought I was bad with challenges, but I think I got this. You got this.
I knew you could do it.
Well, let me explain. I guess what I've been doing. I've trimmed up my silver silk, and I'm gonna work on a double strand design. I'm gonna add these cones to the back, so I'll show you guys how to do that once I sort of, put this together here. I have what I carry in the store called ball chain connectors. They look like this. And I've used these in the past to bridge silver silk directly to soft flex wire. So I thought I would show you how to do that if you're wanting to kind of make a design that's similar to mine even, or just figure out a way to connect the two together. You can absolutely use the end caps that I also have, which are, well, they look like this. Let me see if I can grab one real quick. So that's an option, but I kind of like adding a rustic look, I think, for this design that I'm working on. So I'm going to go with the ball chain connector. And it's just a really great way. So what I'm doing is I'm pinching in the end and kind of just wrapping that wire around. And I've opened up my ball chain connector with a pair of pliers, a pair of chain nose pliers, and just kind of pressed it out a little bit to have it comfortably fit into that channel. And then I close it up. And then on the other side, I basically attach my beading wire to it. So that would bridge it all together. And then I would cover my ball chain connector with some wire, craft wire. And that way it would look pretty seamless. So let's see, I went ahead and connected my ball chain connector. So I'm gonna grab my Softflex wire. And here I can just take out a little bit. Well, actually, since I've got 2 strands, I'm gonna do 2, for 2 links there. So I'm gonna, and I'm eyeballing this mostly because it's a challenge, but I would say for my shorter strand, I'm gonna do something a little bit more petite. So we'll say about 5 inches. And I'm just gonna go ahead and trim about 5 to 6 inches, I would say. And then we'll save this other one for our second strand. So what I'm gonna do is grab our crimps that came in the kit. I'm gonna just string it on at the end. And instead of making a crimp that's folded or using the magical crimpers, I'm actually just gonna press it in half and do a squished crimp, if you will. I need all that surface area to be able to really be secure inside of my ball chain connector there. So actually, let's grab the small strand here. I'm gonna pry this apart. Just enough for me to squeeze my beading wire. And you see how that catches on there? And then I can just close it and it's secure. So I'll do that to the other side once I'm done with my stringing. And for me, I think the stringing is going to be the hardest part because I don't even know what kind of pattern I want to do. So we're just going to make this up and use some of these beautiful beads to create a quick little pattern. Let's see, there's so many possibilities with this too, so I don't even know. I think what I want to do is use something like this maybe on the inside here. And then on the outer layer, we can put in some of our really cool, we could do the charms or we could do more beads. I don't know. We're just going to make it up. What sort of pattern do I want here? And I'm not sure if I want to mix the different metals in this or not, because I kind of have this gold and dark rhodium thing going here, but I don't know. I'm definitely not snobbing mixing of metals here. I think it's just up to whatever preference you want. I think I'll keep it plain though. Keep it on the plain side. So I'm going to keep this going, and then I'm just going to repeat this pattern back. Oh, you know what I should have done was used it. Oh, that's okay. I can use it on the outside. Let's see. And then I love this yellow color. It reminds me of pineapples. Now I'm getting hungry.
Is it dinner time there?
What activity am I doing again? I'm just kidding.
You know who makes the cutest pineapple jewelry is Jamie Yoshida.
Does she? I need to get with her so I can have some pineapple jewelry too.
If you love pineapples, check just probably Google YouTube search pineapple and the Bead Gallery Honolulu, and I bet you will find a few tutorials that are so cute.
Tasty designs, I'm saying. So it looks like I opened that up already, so I'm just going to slip this guy in. You don't want your crimp to be too tightly against the bead because you want to make sure that your beads can arch pretty well on the beading wire, and it's just comfortable making this little the little arc or the arch that it needs to fit around the neck. But once that's done, and crimp, then you can place it in your ball chain crimp and go ahead and close everything up. So that can complete your inner strand, whoops, and then I can work on the outer strands, and then I can show you using craft wire, 26 gauge, of how to just wire up that end so it looks more intentional and that you don't have these jarring bead crimps or the jarring ball chain crimps just hanging out there. Okay.
This is looking great, Nealay.
Thank you. I literally thought of this minutes as you were doing your introduction and going over all this stuff. I was like, what the heck am I going to do tonight? This is not planned. I don't know what's happening.
I know. Unplanned is my best plan, but I know that not everybody operates that way.
It's true. It's just sometimes nice to just do something too, because often the planning can get to be a little bit too rigid and boring.
I agree. Yeah.
And so it's kind of nice to break away from some of that sometimes, and just the act of creating.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue is that I don't really like to do things more than once.
Mm-hmm.
And so even like an earring, like if I'm doing 2 earrings, I don't want to do 4 earrings exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I just, even if it's a similar pattern and I'm doing it in a similar way, I still want to make it unique with the beads or materials that I'm using. So it's hard for me to plan ahead because then I have to do something over and over.
No, I totally get that. I get it.
Oh, Lydia says she has a pair of Jamie's pineapple earrings and they're adorable.
That's awesome.
And Lois says that she loves this kit. And Cheryl says that she just purchased her kit and she has some purple lovers on her Christmas list. Oh, perfect.
That'll be a hit with all the purple lovers.
Oh, Joyce is noting that Jamie Yoshida at the Bead Gallery Honolulu has some cute pineapple bead caps as well.
Ooh.
And Becky says we're just plain out making her hungry.
And me.
Sorry, Becky.
Hilarious.
What are you having for dinner tonight, Nealay?
I am fasting tonight, so I probably won't have dinner. I'm going to go to the gym with my friend and then have probably some sort of a small protein shake or something after.
Oh, nice.
I know. That was such a letdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really.
So sorry.
I'm having, let's see, what did I pick out? We're doing HelloFresh lately. So we have our meal, package that arrives.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like a lemon chicken pasta making for everyone tonight, for those who will eat it in this house.
That sounds amazing.
Which is always tricky when you have little kids.
I can imagine. I'm an adult and I'm still picky, but I think I don't know. I've learned to balance out my week, and then I'll have those days where I go to, restaurants and I'll eat fine dining or something. And then other days I'm just like, I think it's okay to eat light today. Yeah.
No, because we still have unvaccinated kids in our house. We haven't really been out to eat all that much every once in a while, in like an outdoor venue. But I was just getting so sick of my own recipes from cooking all the time. So it's been nice to do someone else's recipes. That looks so good, Nealay.
Thank you. I've been obsessed with my air fryer lately, and I just got one for the first time about a month and a half ago. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I waited so long. I don't know. Between that and my panini maker, though, I'm saying that's all I need for my life.
Marianne says Sarah makes one of a kind because she's one of a kind herself, which is the sweetest thing I've seen all day. Thank you so much. Robin's asking, how is HelloFresh? I really like it. I got a free set of meals from Thomas, my coworker, and I tried it out. And we get about 3 packages delivered once a week for 3 meals. And it works out really well, especially on my work and school days, because the kids are going to school at home for independent study. So these days have been super busy. So it's nice to not have to do a lot of thinking. It's just all together. There's a recipe. I just follow the recipe and everyone gets food. So
everyone gets food.
It works out pretty well. Yeah, Tamara says she hears me on the old standbys. Yeah, my standbys are good, but they've worn thin. Everyone's a little worn thin on them. And it makes your old standbys taste better. You know, like if you miss them if you don't eat them for several weeks. So that helps too. What else? Good. Oh, Sharon said her husband made a meatloaf on the grill tonight.
Oh, fancy.
Tamara's having meatloaf tomorrow night.
Nice.
And she's noting soup season is coming.
I know. I do love soup, though.
So what are you doing, Nealay? I've been talking everyone's ear off, and you're not able to tell them.
Well, and you're talking about food, and I'm supposed to be fasting tonight, so that's not very nice.
Oops. Sorry.
I actually took some 26 gauge craft wire that you guys carry in gold. And in order to I just did a messy wrap to hide the ball chain connector. And it added just another bead essentially to my look here. Because see how that kind of just looks I don't know, just like another texture added to this.
Yeah, it's neat.
And so there's the before and there's the after. So it takes about a foot of wire to wrap it pretty thoroughly. Just
what gauge is that? What gauge is that?
Oh, 26 gauge.
26 gauge gold silver plated.
Yeah.
You guys can find that on the Softflex company website. Kristen says she loves a messy wrap.
Yes. They're just so unplanned, kind of like today's project.
It's a great way to add a little something extra, she says.
Yes.
And now everybody's talking about soup. I like to make a chicken noodle soup in the Instapot. That's one of our go-to.
Oh, yum.
And then we also do a good amount of chili in this house because I have a vegetarian daughter and then a meat-eating family. So I can make chili and she gets her protein, but everybody else can have it with meat in addition. So lots of chili. Yes. We're back to the food conversation, Nealay.
That's okay. I enjoy talking about food.
We should be talking only about working out and protein shakes.
Should we though? I don't know. Those things are probably not the most popular topics.
Mercedes is pointing out that the craft wire really helps to bring out the yellow in the beads. And so it just makes it feel more complete.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point too. I didn't even think about, and I think I kind of matched it to what the color of the ball chain on the inside of the SilverSilk is because it's gold as well. And yeah, so for my palette, I guess, because there was so many different types of beads and colored metals that I could play with, so I think part of what made this design process easy was just to focus in on a color palette, and for me it was just going to be purples and golds. So
nice.
Yeah, kind of made that process fun and easy.
While you're covering your ball chain, can I flip over to my camera and put something together real quick?
Absolutely. Go for it.
And then we'll come back and you can show us the back end, how you're planning to put that together.
That's a good idea.
Now you can think about it.
Yes.
So I have this necklace that I made. Nealay, what was your event last December? What was that called? It was your, was it a customer appreciation event or an anniversary?
It was so last December I did the 2-year anniversary party.
Yes, yes. So Nealay, one of the designs for the 2-year anniversary is this really long, beautiful lariat that you tie. And I just love that necklace. I wear it pretty frequently, but it takes like a good decent amount of SilverSilk, like this 3-foot length. And so I was thinking I'm going to make something similar to that design so that I have one in purple because I think I will wear it a lot. And I think it'll be really great to add to my jewelry collection. So I kind of arranged my beads here, and I'm going to do it a little bit different than Nealay did. He did it with craft wire and made segments. I'm going to do one straight strand of soft flex, and hopefully it'll still feel really flexible and nice and comfortable to wear. So if you've never been with us for one of these kit reveals, everything I do is on the fly, which I'm going to warn you means that it may not always work. I'll do my very best to make sure it does work, but you never know. What works in your head may not work in real life. So we're going to try it out. You get to learn from my mistakes, and I get to learn from my mistakes, and hopefully we come out better, on the other end. So first and foremost, I need to connect my SilverSilk, and I want to put it through this cone. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take my end of my purple soft flex, and I'm going to string one of these 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes on it. Now, Nealay has some really nice endings for his SilverSilk that you can find on his website. And so that may be a really good option to check out if you want a really finished look on your end. If you're buying some SilverSilk from him, look for those findings. I'm going to take my chain nose and I'm just going to kind of clean up this end. Any little hunks that are kind of sitting off the end here, just going to kind of pull those apart. And then I can kind of just put all those little end pieces together with my chain nose plier. So I've got a nice solid end. I'm going to come down quite a bit deeper than the end to attach. So I'm going to come down like here. And I'm thinking I want to go through my cone with both ends. Maybe I don't want my crimp yet. I want to take both wire ends and string through my cone. So I just strung it right through the SilverSilk, right into one of those little gaps. And then I can pull this into my cone. See how that works? And then just snug it up. And then I can use my crimp on both wires. And I'm going to crimp here. One thing you want to watch is this crimp going to be too small that it slides inside of this cone? That's a distinct possibility in this case. If you feel like that's going to be a problem, just take that crimp off and do your bead first. You do a big bead or a little bead. I'll just do a little yellow bead here. And then string my crimp tube down to that bead. Now I've got 2 strands, which is perfect. I'm going to grab my magical crimping pliers, which you can get on the Softflex website. And I'm going to sink that crimp down inside of that little hole in the pliers and just center it and then snug it up to my bead and compress. Now we can talk about more food because it's ravioli time. So there's my 4-corner ravioli, and then I will turn and compress in those 4 corners and then just go around it tightening it down, you're basically cinching the sides of the crimp tube into the nylon coating of the wire. And then always check your crimp, make sure it is secure before you keep moving on. I ended up with 2 long pieces here. I only need 1. So I'm just gonna let go of that second piece. And then I can start stringing my beads. I'm gonna make one of my tassels long and one just a little bit shorter, just to make it feel good. You could do the same length. It's totally up to you if you're doing a similar design. And you want a decent amount of weight so that it's gonna just feel really good when it's hanging. And then down here at the bottom, I'm gonna attach to the caged bead that was in the bead mix with just a simple crimp again. If I can get one out. There we go. And again, you want to look at your bead. Is that hole so big that the crimp is going to slide, or the bead's going to slide over the crimp? I think this one should be fine. But if you have that problem, you can always add something smaller there that has a smaller hole. And then I'm going to string through my caged bead, and I'm going to come back up through the crimp tube. And this I'm going to leave a fairly decent sized dangle. So it just feels really comfortable and it just can kind of bobble around, and I don't have to worry about it being too tight. So now I'm just going to kind of straighten out my wires the best I can inside that crimp tube. And then I'm going to come in with my crimping pliers, and I'm just going to pull down to my beads and then compress. There should be always a little bit of space between your bead, your last bead, and your crimp. That also gives the design flexibility and just makes it more comfortable to wear. And then I can just trim off second side. And then I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. And then with a lariat, it's just one long piece. And then I will take a picture of it after, where you just tie it and you wear this long piece with a long necklace, and the dangles will feel really nice. Are you ready, Nealay? Should I hop back over to you and I'll finish off my second side on my own?
Absolutely.
Okay, here I come. I'm going to get comments too.
So I actually matched up my necklace strands here so that they're staggered, but I wanted to show you guys how to connect 2 strands of the pearlesque chain onto, and I'm really being very tedious with my measuring here. Go onto those beautiful tiara cast cones. So for this, you'll need just a small 3-inch to 4-inch cutting of soft flex 20 gauge craft wire, also in gold. I would recommend the 20 gauge or 22 at the thinnest for this, just because that way you would get a very sturdy hold on this. But what I'm going to do is match up my 2 strands and then just trim off from the top. One thing you'll notice is that whenever you do trim this, a lot of these little wire particles fall out. And I call those wire fuzzies in my videos, but what I do is I just kind of shake them off. My technical library of words. Wire fuzzies. So I'm just picking them off. There's generally about 4 or 5 of them on there. But once you've done that, you can actually go right through the knitted portion of the knitted wire here, just below the bead of the ball chain. You can go 1 bead or 2 beads, go 2 on this one. But as long as you've got a nice secure, that you're not too far up the edge, because see, what happens is it might actually escape if you're too far up. So I recommend maybe 2 beads, just to be on the safe side. And then just string it right through. All right, what I'm going to do now is actually just flip my wire up so that I've got sort of a 90-degree angle bend going on with my 2 strung strands there of SilverSilk. And I want to make sure one more time that they measure up correctly. It looks like they're staggered and layered just like I want it to be. So that all looks good. I'm going to basically wrap my wire onto itself now. So this is tricky, and especially if you've got a thicker gauge wire, it can be a little tedious. So I'm gonna need the help of my pliers here, and what I'm gonna do is just grasp everything with a pair of wide nose pliers, and then just go ahead and do your best to coil it on at least once, maybe twice. Let's see. And once I've done that, then I can kind of trim and tuck in anything and make it even tighter. So I've got it coiled once, which I think looks pretty good. It's got a great hold on it, and I know it's secure because it is going through the knits of the knitted wire. And once I've done that, I got a cute little package here going. You can see my bundle there, and then you can see that wire that's sticking right out. You basically can string your cone right over it and then push it up as hard as you can, and that'll help to compact all of it into that cone. And then you can string on your decorative bead, which I found one here. And I hit it up with yellow again here at the end. And then you can create a wire wrapped loop for a jump ring or your clasp to attach to. And I, again, emphasize and love using the Softflex branded craft wire because of how soft it is. There are other wires out there that are a little bit more half-hard or, you know, suit a different purpose of jewelry making. But I think when it comes to what type of wire you use, it is just based on what you're doing. And often I find myself doing wire wrap loops or, you know, using these sort of cone techniques and stuff. And for that, I would require using the softer wire, which is luckily, you know, branded craft, Softflex craft wire. But you guys have the beading wire and the craft wire for all of my needs personally.
Thank you for using our beading wire and craft wire, Nealay.
Absolutely. All right, so all I would need is a clasp of some sort. I think there was actually one in the kit. I just need to grab a jump ring, but you guys get the idea. Here, let's see if I can turn it sideways so I can get it all on camera. And I need to scooch all of my wire fuzzies out of the way.
It looks so good.
There we go. There, it's styled for a photo right as soon as we get off camera.
It looks great. It's so nice. Good job, Nealay.
Thank you so much. There was some really great materials in here to work with, and I can only imagine. I have a little bit of SilverSilk left over. In fact, if I wanted to, you know, do a little bracelet that's beaded or something, I could definitely, you know, not waste any of this really.
Yeah, why waste it?
Absolutely, and I have a ton of beads left over.
Okay, so got a couple questions. What kind of pliers were you using to pull the wire around to secure it, Nealay?
Oh, hi, Leanne. First of all, my buddy over on the Silkies group, actually, too. These are my wide nose pliers that I use to grasp both the pearlesque chain and the craft wire at the same time. So normally I use these. Thank you, Gail. also my buddy from the Silkies group. So I use these typically for my findings because the tool magic that you actually supplied me with, Sarah, has been a life-changing thing for me.
I knew it would be.
Yeah, it's super handy, and I've been sending all my Silkies to go get some tool magic from you guys. So this is a great way to grip anything really without having to worry about scarring and marring and nicking anything. So and then the wide nose pliers just makes it easy. But these are from Wuppers, and tools are up to the preference of whoever or what purpose I guess you're doing it with. But I've found pretty good luck with Wuppers personally. And then we used some Zoran crimpers. They have a very tapered end, so I use them for a lot of things. I don't use it just for crimping. I use it as another chain nose plier.
Great. Let me see if there's any other questions that came through. Well, Robin wanted to mention, or you can use a crimp cover if you're finding your crimp might slide inside of your bead, which I was talking about during my demonstration. You can add a crimp cover, and that'll make it just a little bit bigger so it doesn't slide. That's a great tip.
That is great.
And I also wanted to see, Sheila said, I love both your designs. I now have the inspiration I need. Thanks.
Aww. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. Well, let me pop back over here. I finished up my lariat.
Wow.
And take a look at that. And
I love that.
It's so pretty. I know I'm going to wear it a lot. I've been wearing a lot more purple lately. And this is just such a fun, easy design that you can throw on, and it looks so fancy, but it didn't take long to put together. And it's $15 of SilverSilk. So, I mean, it really is absolutely fancy. But I think it'll be nice, something I can wear to a PTA meeting or out for dinner, like the huge array of things that I do in mom life. It's a good one. So I'm excited.
That it made sense to walk around with you too. The stuff, everything I manufacture, except for the findings, are not, produced overseas or anything. This is all Oklahoma based, if you will. That's where I'm from. And
SilverSilk is USA made. As is Softflex beading wire.
Yep.
And crimps and lots of the other things we sell. Some of the components in the crimps, the crimps, the tiara cast pieces, those are all USA made as well. This is our new trio. It just launched today. It is the Purple Petal Trio. And it's very pretty. It's got a purple amethyst, tanzanite, and then the yellow, which we're starting to run very low on. You guys ran a marathon with us on this yellow color this year. It has been so popular, and we will not be making another run of it. It is a discontinued color. So if you want yellow, you can buy it in the Purple Petal Trio. You can also get it in a few of other trios, or you can just get a 30-foot or 100-foot spool while supplies last. But it is getting close to the end, I keep being told. I was even told I couldn't make this trio. They're like, there's not enough yellow. I was like, yes, there is. You can find it.
Do not question Sarah.
You must make the Purple Petal Trio. Yes. So this trio is available, but again, in a very limited quantity because that yellow is running low. The bead mixes launched today too. If you want one of those purple petal bead mixes, I'm still excited to use these leaves. I'll probably use them in an Instagram reel for some earrings because they just look perfect. Like the perfect.
That's not a bad idea.
For an earring.
Earrings out of my leftover SilverSilk, and those charms work beautifully.
That's a great idea. I would love to see that. I did make an Instagram reel earlier today. If you want to go check it out after this video. The Softflex company on Instagram. You can see how to make these cute little earrings using the bright gold butterflies and then a tassel from our butterfly garden bead mix that's on the website. And these are pretty fun and easy. So you can find those on Instagram if you want to get a little more inspiration going. We have a great deal happening on our website. I'm going to go to all of us. Okay, Nealay, you ready?
Yes. My hair is really doing something weird. Okay.
It looks fantastic. I've got a light on my nose.
I can't even tell.
If I lean the right direction, there it is. See it?
I don't see it.
Anyway, we've got a great deal going on our website. Let me find what that deal is. $5 off over $49, $10 off over $69, and $20 off over $99. Thomas is a super help. Thank you, Thomas, and for helping with that. And yeah, you can get your new kit. We have our Happy Owline Design Kit available. We are getting the beads from Jesse James Beads late for the kit and the bead strand that goes with it. I have seen a picture of the bead strand. It's gorgeous. I don't know if they loaded it on the website yet. So you may be buying that bead strand sight unseen, but you know it's Jesse James Beads and you know it's going to be great and it'll go with the kit. So maybe just grab it when you're placing your order. Mugs are going out.
Yay.
And they have SilverSilk with them.
Yeah, let me do the same pose again. There we go.
Yes, there's the guy. And I put him, if you're right-handed, I put him so that you get to see him every morning. Isn't that handy?
Me every morning while you sit.
Yeah. So mugs are going out. We did have a little bit of a mix-up, and the warehouse gave me a number of mugs based on invoices, but 3 of the orders had 2 mugs on them. And so I have sent emails to those of you who ordered 2 mugs to work that out with you. If you haven't seen that email yet, check your inbox. If you ordered 2 mugs and you don't get an email, maybe it went to spam, email me and we will get it worked out for you. And I think we were ended up just 1 short because I made a couple extra. So we'll figure it out though and make it good. There's a package going in with it. I couldn't put everything in the mug. There was so much stuff. There were beads from Jesse James Beads and Tierra Cast and us. And there was a Luna bracelet and there was SilverSilk. There's just like all this stuff. So we put it in a nice organza bag and we stuffed it with the mug. So you'll be getting it anytime now. You should be getting your emails today that those are going out. And Robin says she loves a soft flex sale because we are the bomb. Thank you. We appreciate it. So that's it for me. Do you have anything going on your website that you'd like to share, Nealay?
I believe there's a sale, but I think
you don't know what it is.
You gotta get on my mailing list. That's really where all the action is.
Oh,
so I've got 2 different lists that people can sign up for. If they go to the website, they'll see a button that says events, tutorials, and just like things happening, events. And then there's another one for just sales and coupons. So if you want to know and want to hear from me quite often, you'll sign up for both email forms. Or if you just want to know about the event notifications or just sales, then you could sign up for one or the other. And I'm one of those people that like kind of keeps the coupon codes exclusive to the people and respect the people that signed up for the list. So I'm a little bit hesitant to say it out loud, just, in respect to those who do follow the real hard SilverSilk. They just are hard followers of SilverSilk.
Join the email list to get the deals is what he's saying. So this is how this works. This just ties up.
Ooh, I gotta put mine on.
Just hangs nice
That's
and loose.
Beautiful.
Isn't it great? I love it.
I guess I don't really have a clasp on hand. So
now we're like matching besties.
Do I look pretty?
You look wonderful. I love it. It looks so good.
I was a little worried about the length because I wasn't sure how it was going to fall, but yeah, I guess
I like it.
surprised.
Yeah, no, it worked out like just right. I would wear that length.
I'll send it to you. It's a little.
Well, I'm going to see you soon.
Hmm?
I'm going to see you soon in person.
Yeah, that's right, because I'll be in Sonoma in a week and a half now. 2 weeks. It's coming up real soon, though.
It's exciting.
I'm so excited. I'm ready to be there. I'm ready to get my wine tastings and all the good stuff that my friend and I are going to go out there for. And to see you guys, of course, too. It'll be so much fun. I love Emily. Emily is Motorcrafts, and she knows how notorious I am for never having a clasp on hand.
You guys all stay safe and healthy too. Thank you for spending time with us today for Kit Day. And you can, of course, find a lot of the things that we use today on the Softflex Company website. If you want to pick up some of this beautiful purple ultraviolet silver silk, you can find that on Nealay's website as well. We're located at softflexcompany.com, and Nealay is silversilkonline.com. Okay. I always am like, is it
my business name is SilverSilk and More, and I went ahead and purchased that website just in case. So even if you search for silversilkandmore.com, it'll redirect you to the right place.
Perfect. So you can learn, and you can sign up for Nealay's email list there as well by going to his website. Thank you so much. Now it's your turn. If you have one of these Purple Petal Design Kits, we want to see what you make with it. So you can go to the Softflex VIB group as of now, start posting pictures of what you have designed. Every picture is an entry to win our next kit. And we pick at random. We do not pick best design because everybody makes a best design. And you can enter 30 different designs if you want to. And each one will be an entry to win that next kit. So you have about a month to do so. And we will post details in the VIB group for the deadline and anything else that you need to know. It's usually the last Monday of the month is usually the deadline for posting your designs. And we were picking 2 winners this month. And I don't know that I talked to Thomas about this yet. He picked the Summer Rain Design Kit winner, but I think we have a Butterfly Garden Design Kit winner too that needs to be chosen still. So I'm putting him on blast here on on the video instead of chatting with him after. But we have our Summer Rain Design Kit blog up today, and you can see some of the beautiful designs that were made last month with our previous kit. And we will do the same with our Butterfly Garden Design Kit as well. There will be a blog that shows just a bunch of beautiful stuff that got made with that kit. Okay. He says he's going to go collect names. All right. Thank you, everybody, for spending time with us. Nealay, thank you for being here. I'll see you soon.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure, Sarah, to spend time with you and to hang out with our friends out there and just be surprised with creativity and challenge myself to try something that I was going to just work off the cuff and happen to teach at the same time. So hopefully many of our viewers here got some great tips from both of our designs. And we'll give it a try with the Purple Petal Kit and then future kits that you guys release.
Nice. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. We will see you later. Bye.